Hello, today I'm going to show you how to access many of our online platforms, both from our main website, which is TartanEdge. You can see our previous video for a comprehensive overview of the TartanEdge website, as well as directly through the URL unique to each platform. So in addition to our comprehensive website, we also provide online 24/7 digital access to many of our traditionally in-person resources. That includes job and internships, looking for jobs and internships, preparing for interviews, as well as interview preparation and mock interviews, and self-assessment through a career assessment we provide to our students, alumni, and prospective students called Tradeify. So if you go to our main website, which is again tartanedge.edinboro.edu, you can explore the various calls at the top. You can click any of the links in our hyperlinked banner, or you can see that we have a colored ribbon with different tiles right here in the middle of the page. This is designed to take you directly to some of our most popular online platforms and save you the trouble of looking for those links elsewhere on our website. The first tile allows you to explore our events and workshops. The second allows you to set up an appointment directly with your career coach. And the last three tiles are hyperlinked to external platforms where you can search for jobs and internships, prepare for interviews, and also conduct mock interviews, or take a self-assessment using our career assessment tool. So the first that we'll look at is searching for jobs and internships with Handshake. So if you click the Handshake icon, you'll be taken directly to the Handshake platform. Handshake is one of the largest national databases for jobs and internships for career students, specifically nationwide. So by joining the Handshake platform, you're not only going to gain access to internships and jobs that are posted directly to our students from all of our employment partners, and we maintain over 1,000 different partners that our office works with on a regular basis, but you'll also have access to jobs and internships that are posted to students at other universities. So it really democratizes access to jobs and opportunities. Handshake is only available to college students, so you can be assured that the employers who are posting in this platform are looking specifically for college-educated workers. In addition to that, all employers are approved by a member of our staff before they can post jobs and internships on our platform. So we very carefully vet everything before it can be posted for you to view. Now, if you've never explored Handshake, we encourage you to view our other screencast that shows you exactly how to activate your profile. But if you've already done that, you've already created your profile, then this video is going to show you how to kind of start going through and finding different opportunities. So the first thing we'll look for are these main calling cards here. So you can see Handshake asks, what can we help you find today? If you're looking for internships and jobs, you can click here. If you're looking for employers, so you're trying to discover companies that might be looking for people like you could click the Employers tab. If you want to go to the community and learn from other alumni and students and read reviews of internships and employers, you can click here. If you'd like to explore career paths, so roles and average salaries that are most common for people in your major all across the country, you can click here. If you'd like to view events and career fairs that you have access to, you can click here. And I'd like to point out that many events are virtual. So we open up a lot of events directly with companies that are virtual recruitment events to our students. And then lastly, if you'd like to connect directly with our Career Center, you can go ahead and click here. You can also see that once you build your profile and you start exploring different job roles, the system is smart. So it will start to identify other job roles that you may be interested in based on your activity. You can also see upcoming events. These are events that have been approved by our Career Center that you can go ahead and attend and register for. Jobs that may have deadlines approaching in the next couple of weeks, and then jobs in specific geographic areas. So in this case, if you've identified these areas, for instance, we have Chicago, Washington, Boston, any area of the country that you've identified when you set up your profile as being of interest to you, those jobs will show up so that you can see them right off the bat when you log in. You can also explore career paths across the Handshake network. So I mentioned that this is one of the largest databases all across the country. And so you'll be able to see what do other people in your particular major end up doing. And then of course we have jobs in Pittsburgh, any employers that that are actively recruiting on our campus, trending jobs at Edinburgh, so these are the ones that are most viewed by other students at our school, jobs with travel, and then so on. So you can get the idea that as you scroll, you'll see that there's a lot of information based on things that you may have looked at. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the main jobs tab. So if we click here, we'll see that we see at first jobs that may match your interests. If you want to do a more targeted search, you can simply go up here and they offer some suggestions. So I'm going to go ahead and click marketing. I'm going to click internship, and I'm going to go ahead and filter and say I'd like to look in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now I can see that there are 23 jobs that match these criteria that are within 50 miles of my target location, which is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I can click on any of these and it will tell me if my current profile matches the criteria for that job. So it will tell me if I have the right major, the right GPA, the right school year, and so on. And then if I find that I do match a lot of those criteria, I can click apply, and that will go ahead and send my profile to the employer, and I will be prompted to submit a resume and apply for that position. I can then log back into the system and view any applications that I've submitted. In this case, of course, I have not submitted any, but anything that you have submitted will be shown here, and you'll be able to see when recruiters access and view your application. And in some cases, they may actually invite you to interview, in which case you'll see that here. So that is a broad overview of the Handshake platform. We really encourage you to take a look at our more in-depth Handshake video for more guidance on how to activate your account and how to build out your platform. So if we go back to the TartanEdge page, we'll see that our next tab is Prepare for Interviews with Big Interview. So if we click that link, we'll be taken to edinburgh.biginterview.com. So Big Interview is where you can learn and practice your interview skills, whether you're interviewing for a job, an internship, or even for graduate school admission. So in this case, you have coaching, you have over 140 industries and sets of interview questions, and you have a couple different options to learn in the platform. So if you're not yet registered with Big Interview, we do provide this to you for free through the Career Center. So we would encourage you to click the register link and use your Scott's email account to sign up for a new account. If you are, you can click the login and you'll be prompted to log into your account utilizing whatever password you used with your Scott's email. The first thing you'll see are a couple different options to start learning. So the first option is called Fast Track. The second is called Mastery Track. And what these are a series of video lessons on various interview topics. So in this case, you can see here we have several different parts in the Fast Track. The first is Interview Fundamentals, in which there are several videos on best practices, different types of interviews, what to wear, and so on. And you can see that each of these videos are relatively short, and the system will track your progress. So if you get halfway through this video that's 7 minutes long and you pause it, it will actually track your progress so that you can come back and pick up where you left off. In all of the videos, you have a transcript available, as well as what they call homework, which are links to additional curriculum and worksheets to help you really take what you've learned and put it into practice. Part 2 for the Fast Track includes mastering nonverbal communication, how to handle the question, tell me about yourself, and behavioral questions. And then Part 3 talks about how you can talk about your strengths and weaknesses, how to ask salary questions, and asking questions at the end of your video or end of your interview more generally. If we go back to the Learn page, we can see that we also have a Mastery Track, which is comprised of 50 video lessons. This is a far more comprehensive track, which really goes through tackling basic common interview questions. You can see that you have a lot more options here, and you're really getting some expanded information. What's nice is that you can jump around in this curriculum, so you don't necessarily have to follow it video 1 through video 50. You can jump around and watch videos that are really most relevant to what you'd like to learn in that moment. So for instance, if you are a new graduate, you may want to watch the video on the new graduate playbook. If you are about to start a career change, you have the career change playbook here. So you can really take a look through and watch the videos that you feel are most relevant to you. We also have, speaking of playbooks, a series of interview playbooks. So these are special in-depth guides for people with specific circumstances. So if you're a new graduate, if you're, again, going through a career change, if you have a gap on your resume, if you think that you're very introverted, if you find that you may be overqualified, if you're transitioning from the military, and so on, you can see that each of these video lessons are really specific to that situation. So that gives you a little bit of an edge depending on your situation. We also have a resume curriculum with 8 video lessons on how to write a resume. So in addition to the guidance that we provide to you in our office, which includes resume samples, editing assistance, and just general guidance on structure, formatting, and so on, you can also take a look at this on-demand video series that addresses not only formatting and persuasive writing, but also how to write for online systems where you're submitting your resume, how to write summary statements and cover letters, and also thank you notes. And the homework section can be particularly helpful here because you can see that if you click any of these links, you'll be taken directly to additional written information that gives you even more about how to approach the various topics that you're looking through. The next curriculum is the written curriculum, which is really what we just looked at. So a lot of the different things that we've taken a look at so far, but in that written format. So if you're someone that prefers to read rather than watch a video, you have that option. There's also a negotiation curriculum, which provides video lessons on how to negotiate a salary or how to negotiate work conditions once you've gotten a job offer. And then the first 90 days. So some video lessons to help you kind of master those first 90 days on the job. This can include everything from managing first impressions to setting goals, and so on. Next, we have some get started videos. So if you're brand new to the system and you'd like to just learn a little bit more on how to get started, you can read those. Some system requirements. The nice thing about the Big Interview platform is that it's really accessible through a wide variety of systems, including mobile, and some interview training and mock interview training. So that provides you with an overview of the Big Interview learning platform. We also have what's called the practice platform, and this is where you can actually practice interviews. So we're going to click on the practice interview section. You can see that we can get started with general interviews here, which covers 80% of the interview questions you might get, or we can go even more depth. So let's say we want to look by industry. We can look at various types of industries that are out there. So if we click on healthcare, for instance, we can see some examples of different jobs that may exist within healthcare. If we are interviewing for a nursing position, we can see that we can do a nursing basics mock interview, a nursing advanced, and then maybe some basic interviews that are more behavioral to ascertain where you fall on things like being a team player or being calm under pressure. So you can see here that there's many, many different popular occupations. There's also an ONET database. So ONET is the government database that tracks different occupations. So you can see here that this is really comprehensive and provides you with a lot of different categories. You can also interview by competency. So if you, rather than interviewing for a specific job, if you'd like to practice interviewing on your organizational skills or your people skills or your work ethic, you can go ahead and do that there. Perhaps you're interested in going to graduate or professional school. You can see that we have categories for business school, medical school, law school, and even undergraduate admissions. Government interviews, so this covers a variety of federal and state jobs. And then we have a section for veterans. So for veterans who are transitioning to different industries, there's a whole section there. So we're going to go right to the general section, and we're going to just start off looking at the different categories that are available. So we have our top 10 interview questions, the most common or most likely questions you may get. Then we have entry level, mid-level, senior level, internship, and so on. We have a My Resume section that includes a resume builder. So if you'd like to use this to build a resume, you can do that and then download in PDF format. So that provides you with a basic overview of Big Interview. Again, you have access to this if you're a current student through edinburgh.biginterview.com. You can also access that by clicking the link or clicking anywhere on our TartanEdge website, including here. We have a call to Big Interview and signing up for your free account. The last resource I'm going to show you is called Tradeify. So Tradeify is our career assessment. If you click the Tradeify link, you'll be taken to the platform where you can go ahead and register, or if you're a returning user, you can log in. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Tradeify because we have a dedicated video walking you through the entire platform. But if you've never used the platform before, you can go ahead and create your free account, take a quick assessment, and go ahead and see lots of good information about careers that are a good fit for you. And then of course you could schedule a follow-up appointment with a member of our staff to discuss your results and go over them and get a little bit more information. So that covers the main resources we provide online through our TartanEdge platform and also through the web. So just to review, the URLs for these websites are for Handshake, edinburgh.joinhandshake.com. For Big Interview, edinburgh.biginterview.com. And for Tradeify, edinburgh.tradeify.com. So really easy to remember, but if you don't remember, you can always just click these links here, or you can always find these links anywhere on our website as well. So I hope that this provides you with a good insight as to how you can look for jobs and internships, prepare for interviews, do mock interviews, and get a career assessment, in addition to all of the comprehensive resources that are already available on our TartanEdge platform.